Hi, everybody. Alright, so there's a very old image of the actual Great Sphinx in Egypt. And of the 241 feet long, 66 feet high Sphinx of Giza, there amounts, or at least was at one point, a notable size hole in the top of the head. I imagine at this point they have it sealed off. And I believe this to actually enter into the catacombs and into the city dwellings that is actually under the pyramids and under the Sphinx in Giza. Now, the Great Sphinx was actually discovered in 1817. I'm not going to go into a huge history lesson, but I think you should know by Giovanni Battista Caviglia. Anyways. And it was excavated in 1925 to 1936 by archaeologists on expedition by Emily Barrasides. But there actually seems to be a pretty good size hole inside the head. There are two notable chambers actually in the body, and as we all know, folks, it's supposed to go into the catacombs and the underground city or whatever it actually is that exists in the actual area. Because there's some kind of catacombs. I know. I remember reading. I mean, this was outside the realm of, oh my God, there's an ancient alien civilization underneath or ancient city underneath. This was actually pretty straightforward. So there's supposedly two cavities inside the body, a large chamber and a smaller chamber. And this is actually what they show. And I can't believe that, they're actually going to go into the details to show you all this other stuff. But it looks like that they actually have maps inside of what's actually in there. I mean, there was a corridor discovered in 1977. There was a corridor discovered in 1988. There was a shaft discovered in 1926. Two cavities discovered in 1987. Another shaft discovered in 1977. Another cavity discovered in 1987. Cavity discovered in 1987. Chamber discovered in 1977. A chamber discovered in 1982. A chamber discovered in 1987. Confirmed 1991. Confirmed 1998. So these things are on record, folks. And I know that there is supposed to be a like an underground area where this stuff goes. And this goes beyond the talk about the door by the Sphinx's paw that leads down into that stuff. But there's actually supposed to be a pretty good labyrinth of catacombs underneath the Great Sphinx and the Giza pyramids. And this is actually supposed to be pretty serious. And now we're actually finding out, hey, the idea that the thing isn't hollow or is hollow is kind of a misstep. And oh yeah, by the way, here are some of the holes and ways you can get in. So now they're actually coming out and starting to talk about it. And it's only a matter of time before they start telling about the the Hall of Records and whether or not they found the documents and the I'm trying to think of the emerald tablets that they were supposed to have found and everything else in or around the Sphinx area. But I mean, this stuff just goes on and on. That whether or not the Sphinx was actually an area for, to pass on information, or just like where the pharaoh was supposed to come and read his books and stuff during his afterlife. I don't know, but it looks like there is an actual entrance, several in fact, but one of them was, at least at one point, in what looks like the center of the head at the top of the Great Sphinx. And this was actually found and have been in circulation since about, I'd say, around 1925-ish, that they've been discovering these different chambers and these different entrances. So this is debunked, folks. This thing is not just a stone statue. It has chambers, it has various other things inside it. And I'll let you read this. And if you guys want to look into this, there's actually a guy. Unfortunately, they're not going to show you too much about what he sees in here, but there's a guy actually crouched inside the hole of the Great Sphinx and stuff. So I don't know if he's inside or if he's going underneath to go in, but there it is. I mean, this is no longer conspiracy. This is no longer conjecture. This thing had stuff in it, and it had hallways, and probably a good labyrinth of hideaways for records and various things of the pharaohs. Honestly, I have no idea what they found in it, but from what I understand, the emerald tablets are supposed to be in there. I know I'm misspeaking. I'm saying emerald tablets, and I'm thinking something else, but there's a lot of different stuff here, folks, and they're now just coming out and saying, yeah, it's not just a stone building with no function. So thank you, guys.